Can you share me an interesting story you had while you were diving, like something unexpectedly happened?
Oh, the Philippines, Coron is like super famous for shipwreck diving. So they're like these shipwrecks, 240 meters long or like even longer, and they're like 40 meters down the bottom of the ocean. And like at 30 meters, like my oxygen, I run out of oxygen. So I'd like to share the air with my dive buddy. And like at that moment, I didn't even realize like how dangerous it was. But it's like kind of funny to see like how things changed and in the time I.
And how did things change since the last time you went here?
My name is Matthias.
How old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
And where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Okay.
From Berlin.
From Berlin?
Yes, sir.
And this is your first time in Thailand?
Actually, it's my second time. I went here like 8 years ago, so it's kind of like rerouting, you know?
Yeah.
So because like 8 years ago, I did like all the stuff I did this time already. So, but it's like kind of funny to see like how things changed and in the time I.
And how did things change since the last time you went here?
I think what changes the most is like me personally, because I feel like I can absorb like much more all these things. That's what's going on, you know. Because like when you went or you go to Thailand for the first time, you're like young, like 19 or like 21. It's just like, you know, a lot of things, and you're always about like drinking and making party and stuff. And if you grow older, you like see the things differently. That's like what I see the most change, the biggest change for me.
So what are some of the things you did back then compared to now? Like the biggest difference? You told me a lot of partying before.
Yeah, definitely.
And on this trip is very different?
Yeah, normally like I'm always traveling alone, but this time I'm traveling with like a couple of friends. So it's like a real big change for me, because normally I love to connect with the people. And this time I like don't feel about like connecting with so many people actually. I'm just like here for photography, for videography, and just like absorbing the things I see every day, kind of, you know.
What type of photography do you do?
Mostly like nature, landscape photography, and that's my passion actually.
Cool. What system do you use?
Sony A7 IV I'm using, and yeah, DJI, drones and stuff. So
you also like to like social media?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You told me off camera that you also get a little bit bored with social media sometime. Why is that?
Because like I think everyone is chasing the dream of being an influencer or like getting famous with social media, and especially like since TikTok and Instagram Reels established so big, like just it feels like the uniqueness gets lost like day by day, because everyone is just like copying what is like viral at the moment, or like trying to produce viral stuff instead of like listening to their heart and like producing something that really stand behind, you know, what they like.
You also do something for a living with your photography?
Yeah, I'm a content creator in Berlin normally, but I just quit my job so I can go traveling actually.
And what made you choose to quit your job?
You know, like getting out of your comfort zone was always easy for me, but like as soon as like you start like moving to a bigger city, for example, getting a real job somehow, it like bounces you somehow, and like getting out of that comfort zone again, even if you don't like your job so much, or it doesn't fulfill you, it's like a big step. So that's the reason why I just wanted to take the step.
And what was the first thing you did after you quit your job?
Just booked my flight to Greece and then started traveling actually.
So this is a whole process, this trip to Thailand, like before you went to other places as well?
No, I went to a bikepacking trip actually to Italy before, I told you.
Yeah.
And like on this trip I just like met some people, and they planned to go traveling for like quite a while, since, you know, like ages. And they just convinced me to join them, so it was like super, how you say that?
Energized, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, like they just talked to me, and then like in 2-3 weeks I decided to quit my job and leave everything behind. So now I'm here in Thailand again.
And being here, does it give you maybe inspiration to stay here for a longer time in Thailand or Asia in general?
Oh, I definitely want to, because like friends of mine, really good friends of mine, I know them from my studies. They're just living here since 2 years.
Yeah.
And it was always also my dream to move to Asia actually.
Wow.
Because life here is, I don't know, it's like more interesting.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like more happiness kind of, I feel.
Because living in Berlin, how do you feel? Is it good or?
It's a good life, definitely. You know, like Berlin is a nice city. I think one of the best cities in Europe actually.
Yeah.
But Also, like it limits you. Like the summer is super nice, but the winter gets like super bad. And also, like Berlin is so much about party, you know. And like to get out of this like bubble, like the party bubble,
Yeah.
kind of feels hard sometimes, you know.
And do you have a schedule when you're here in Thailand, or do you just make a plan from day to day?
Yeah, normally day to day. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to Koh Tao, one of my favorite islands in Thailand, like best for diving. So I'm gonna go diving there, and then in New Year I'm gonna go to Bali.
Interesting. And did you dive for already a long time?
Yeah, like 7 years ago I made my 2 diving licenses, and then did like 25 dives. So
Can you share me an interesting story you had while you were diving, like something unexpectedly happened?
oh damn, yeah, I have like a crazy one. All right, so I went to the Philippines, 2017 I guess, and like as I said on Koh Tao, I made like 2 diving licenses. One was like deep diving, so like advanced. And then we went like to these shipwrecks because in Koh Tao, Philippines, Coron is like super famous for shipwreck diving. So they're like these shipwrecks, 240 meters long or like even longer, and they're like 40 meters down the bottom of the ocean. And we just like went diving there, like with the torchlights, going inside the ship, going everywhere, you know. And I was like looking at my oxygen, it was getting low already, and I felt like, okay, damn, I think we have to get out soon. So like we got out of the ship and we have to make like 2 safety stops because it was like 40 meters down there, you know. So you have to make one stop at 30 meters, one stop at like 20 meters or like 15. And like at 30 meters, like my oxygen, I run out of oxygen. So I had like no more oxygen. And it was like crazy because I had the regulator in my mouth and I was like trying to breathe, and there was like no more oxygen coming. So I'd like to share the air with my dive buddy. And like at that moment, I didn't even realize like how dangerous it was. But like at the end, like after we came back to the surface and like, you know, like thinking about the whole situation, I realized that was like a real dangerous moment in my life.
So it gave you a little bit like an adrenaline rush, or it really made you rethink about your life?
At the moment, like, as I said, like I didn't even realize like how dangerous it was, you know, because you're just like in the moment and you try like to compensate like the situation. So you communicate with your dive buddies, and that's it basically.
So. And how was the Philippines? You told me you went to Coron. Did you also go to other places?
Philippines, like best place in Asia, kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful, yeah. It's
Why is that? Why is it the best place in Asia?
I mean, like I also been there like 5 years ago, but it felt so much more quiet, kind of, and like real paradise, you know. Like somewhere on Palawan, for example, you drive like 70k with a motorcycle, and then you just like come to random beaches. There's like no one, like literally no one, and it feels really like paradise.
A lot less touristic than Thailand, for example, right? More authentic, maybe, perhaps, right?
Definitely. Less tourists, and I mean the food is not so good, but it's a gorgeous place actually.
Like, what is your favorite food in the Philippines, if you could choose something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember actually. Thailand is number 1 for sure.
Favorite Thai food?
Like this trip, I'm in love with like sticky rice with mango.
That's pretty good, right? Okay. My last question. I see you have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration from to get a design for your tattoos?
I think I'm also an artist, so like most of the tattoos are just like collected during my travels. So like every time I visit a new country, I'm gonna get a tattoo somewhere. So yeah, this is like my kind of way. And then like I'm always on Pinterest, like try to search for new inspiration. I have a lot of friends like tattoo artists, so yeah, this is how it goes.
You have a new idea for a tattoo?
Oh, I have like a million ideas.
Like your latest idea, for example, like a special design or...
I love like these, if you know the traditional bamboo tattoos, like the Muay Thai ones, or like the ones you get in the temple from the monks. These ones are like really gorgeous, so I was thinking about that actually.
And did you visit this lady in the Philippines who likes to do like those authentic tattoos?
Oh, sadly no. Did you?
Yeah, no, I did not.
Oh. Sadly no.
Yeah.
I think it's like super hard to get there actually.
Right, yeah.
That time we thought about it, but it was like a 2-day trip, and I think
she has to be in the mood also, I heard. If she don't have a mood, she don't do it for you.
Yeah, because she's like super old, so
yeah.
Not so much energy left maybe.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Give me 1 second. I have to. If you're gonna cut this, like, I have to recommend like one tattoo studio for everyone who's like searching someone.
In Thailand?
Yeah. A friend of mine.
Let me make a photo of it.
Just like wanna like spell the name right. It's the reason why I'm like searching Mazo. Okay.
Cool, that's cool.
All right, and like for everyone,
Wait, hold on, wait. 3, 2, 1.
and I have like a big recommendation for everyone who's like searching a good tattoo studio in Bangkok. It's like a friend of mine, and he's a really good artist, has like a nice story to share. So it's like Maso Tattoo Studio.
I'll put it in the video with the
All right, that's the
screenshot.
one.
Yeah.
So check him out. It's a good friend of mine. He makes you the best tattoos.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cool, very nice.
Yeah.